Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is a Chelsea transfer news today video, CTNT, the first one of recent times. I made one I think a couple of weeks ago, but this is the proper one. It's kind of a practice to see whether you like it. We're going to try and do them every single day throughout January, throughout the transfer window. Hopefully you can enjoy them, hop along and like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss each one. If you haven't already, join the Discord server that I've set up down below and let's get into it. Okay, so the first story today is TOMORI. Could he be leaving on loan in January? It's quite an interesting story, TOMORI. So we all know last season was his first ever Premier League season. It was his debut season in the Premier League, and before that he was playing on loan at Derby when Frank Lampard was managing Derby, and Mason Mount was also in the first team at Derby with him. Tomori was a very important figure in Lampard's squad, so was Mount alongside Harry Wilson, who was on loan from Liverpool, and they almost made it into the Premier League. They got to the playoff finals where they lost, and Tomori was part of the backbone of the squad. He was in the defence, a massive figure in there, really fast, he could get back, and Lampard decided to give him a chance in the Premier League once he took over at Chelsea. Obviously, Tomori came back from loan and he played him at the start of the season. He scored an absolute worldie against Wolves, you might remember. Absolutely insane. One of the best goals I think I've seen a Chelsea player score in a long time. And he had a good season. However, now, this season, he's a long way down in the pecking order, behind Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma. I think behind them is probably Christensen or Rudiger, and then Tomori. It's a bit of a shame because Tomori is a good player and he's young and he needs to get some of the first team experience so that he can grow into a good player in the future. Obviously he is only young, he might not be playing week in week out, but he's very young, got massive talent. He can be a leader in the future, I think, and I think he's going to be huge for the club in the future. However, he is apparently happy at the moment. I guess he's learning stuff from Thiago Silva every day, and the board are reportedly happy with his long-term future at the club, and they're settled that he's not going to want to leave for some first team football, but he could be loaned out in January, this transfer window upcoming, to just pick up some first team experience with quite a few Premier League clubs interested. I know Everton were a team looking to sign him on deadline day. I love him at the club to play as a centre-back or a number 6 in Kante's role, but is he really worth the 80 million price tag West Ham have placed on him? Chelsea were trying to sign him for about 40-50 million pounds, and West Ham wanted 70, said West Ham demanded 70 to 80 million pounds, which I just don't think is really worth it at all. He's a great player. I do think he will eventually go back to his old club in Chelsea, and apparently KEPA Arrizabalaga and Antonio Rudiger could be sold or loaned out in order to fund the transfer of the England 21-year-old. Right, thirdly, Faustino Anjorin, also known as Tino Anjorin, played in one of his first starts, I think it might have been, against Krasnodar on Tuesday night, and in that game he arguably outshined Kai Havertz, the £80 million man. He's another major talent with a massive future ahead of him, come from the Chelsea Academy, and he is in London, he's not out loan anywhere, and he plays in the Premier League 2 and the under-21 team. But could he be put into the first team to allow some rest to others like Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham? He can play as a striker or an attacking midfielder, but he played against Krasnodar as a winger. Could he offer some rest to the other players in the upcoming busy period? We all know they're stuffing loads of games, a game every 3 or 4 days during December and the start of January, and I think he could be a good option. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Hakim Ziyech are both injured at the moment with hamstring problems. Ziyech should be back in 2 weeks against Arsenal on Boxing Day, and we're still not 100% sure when Callum Hudson-Odoi will be back. But I'd like to see Tino Anjorin play in the first team, maybe not regularly, maybe not week in, week out, but definitely have him there as an option to come off the bench or even start a game. Right, lastly, potentially the biggest signing that we could be getting, personally, I think he's an amazing player. He is so versatile, he's got loads of experience, and he's only 28. which I didn't realise. I thought he was over 30. He's only 28. But David Alaba could be joining Chelsea after his contract with Bayern Munich is set to expire this summer, and he reportedly rejected an extension after he is looking for a new challenge elsewhere. Lots of clubs are interested in lots of clubs are interested, with the likes of Liverpool, PSG, and also Chelsea looking to sign the Austrian on a free. He would definitely add some more experience to the back line, and like I said, he's only 28, meaning he could be resold in a few years for profit. He's probably worth about 50 or 60 million pounds at the moment. He can play left back, he can play centre back, and he could be sold when he's 31, 32 for still probably about 20-30 million pounds. However, he is going to still cost the club a ton of money despite his transfer fee being naught. He is currently one of the biggest earners at Bayern Munich, earning £350,000 a week, which is £40,000 more than Chelsea's highest earner in Kai Havertz. So if we were to sign this guy, he's going to be getting paid a lot of money. And do we really need a centre-back like David Alaba, or a left-back, wherever you think he can play best? Do you think we really need him? Comment down below. I also think he's a great option in a 3-back system, with Thiago Silva playing in the middle, Azpilicueta at right centre-back and Alaba at left centre-back. I think that would be a brilliant defence if we wanted to switch that every game. Possibly that could be an option going forwards, or just for the one-off like we do at the moment. Okay, that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, and also if you haven't already, join the Discord server, link down below. Comment whether you think these stories are worth it. Do you think Rice should go to Chelsea? Do you think Rudiger should be offloaded along with KEPA for Declan Rice? Do you think we should sign Alaba on 350 grand a week wages despite him being completely free? Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll comment back to every single one, and goodbye.